All right, we good now? Y'all can hear me? I don't know. So, where are we at? Tyron Hoffman said, Morj, did you hear that Zora's Bounty was a mistake? It was translated wrong in English. It's confirmed by tweet. Yeah. So Zora's Bounty is apparently 100 million higher than we thought. Crazy stuff. I don't think it changes anything. Still muted? No, I'm not. Okay, now I'm unmuted, right? Now I'm good? Hello? Hello? This should work as well. This should work and this should work. We're good? Are we good? We're good? All right, everybody shut up. Let me answer this thing about Zora's Bounty. It's 100 million higher. Tyson Hoffman is correct. It was translated wrong in English. It's 100 million higher. What do we do with this information? Nothing. What difference does it make? It was still the highest. Besides Luffy, now it's still the highest. It's the same thing, right? All right. So, AJK says, my patience is running out. How many months have you made me wait? All right, what we're going to do this... Okay, let me give some context as to what we're going to do this stream. First, let me tell you guys what we're not going to do this stream. All right? What we're not going to do this stream is talk about the spoilers. No discussion of spoilers for whatever the next thing is. What's the next thing? 1059. No discussion of spoilers for 1059. No spoiler discussion. This is a spoiler-free stream. So mods, please be, on top of that shit, right? Kushin Mukherjee says Sanji bounty poster, probably wrong too. It'll be hilarious if Sanji actually had a lower bounty than what was previously given to us. All we know is basically the, okay. Order for operations. First, everybody liked the stream. What's not to like? We got the audio perfected. I showed up a little bit late. We've got everything we need for a great stream, though. Audio, myself. There's nothing more that's needed, right? We're good to go. So let's all like the stream. Let's start by doing that. Oh, I forgot what was missing. 300 likes. That's what we need. That was what was missing. Alan One Piece says, hey Morg, first time catching the stream. Hey, thanks for calling me Morg. Alan, I hope to see more of you. Fahad Al-Said, Alid. Sorry, Fahad Alid, thank you. Miriam, the best subscriber. Just here to say that regardless of where you take your channel, I'll be watching Mr. Morj. I got work, but good luck with your stream. Thank you, Miriam, I appreciate it. There are some big changes happening to this channel. Some huge, gigantic changes. Crazy big changes. Andrew McCarthy says, Mihawk defeated Rayleigh, and that's how he became the world's strongest swordsman and got his blade black. It makes sense since Rayleigh was the strongest swordsman. Roger dead, Whitebeard has a spear. Yeah, it's a good thing Whitebeard has a spear. Because if Whitebeard didn't have a spear, if he kind of just had a full blade type thing, that would add a lot of stress to a lot of people at that world's strongest swordsman thing, Imagine if Zoro's dream from day one was that he had to take down Whitebeard. That'd be rough. I mean, Whitebeard's really old and shit, so, it's its own, its own discussion, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of characters are probably happy that, a lot of swordsmen are probably happy that Whitebeard's not a swordsman. Makes things a little bit easier. But anyway, where are we at? Oh yeah, we're going through things. All right, so first of all, changes to the channel. AJK is going to be, okay, we're not talking about spoilers, right? Number one, we're not talking about any spoilers. No spoiler discussion. Number two, AJK is going to make me read that Reddit post, which I've been putting off forever. It's like a big post about Wano's borders. But despite AJK, we're only going to be skimming it. All right, we're going to be skimming through it really fast. All right, so that we can barely process any of the information. Just kidding. I know it's a really good theory. It's actually a really good theory because I've read it in the past. I just didn't, remember everything about it. Then number three, the big changes to the channel. It's mostly just this. We're going to be adding channel memberships and everything like that, which means that this whole layout of the way that chat works is going to change drastically forever. For the better, because now we'll be able to use emotes. We'll have badges and shit. Emotes is the main part, which is that it's going to be kind of looking like a Twitch chat in the future, right? Now, I secretly hate Twitch chat because I People say YouTube chat is terrible and that Twitch chat is way better, and that's the biggest appeal of Twitch. My personal opinion, I guess from me I guess Twitch chat with all of the emojis and everything like that, that's more fun from the viewer's perspective, right? It's more fun for the viewer's perspective. It's fun to spam emojis and stuff like that, instead of you guys just having to type like Morj and like Mork and random shit, right? You get to instead do emojis. From me, the streamer's perspective, I like reading actual words and text rather than people just spamming stupid emojis and shit. But that being said, we are adding stupid emojis and shit to this chat just because that's just the natural way things go over time, right? Kevin Roy says, what do you think about Uta being canon? It doesn't really change anything at the end of the day. Like, when I reread One Piece from start to finish, I'm not going to pause it at some point, you know, around chapter 1050 and be like, now's the point where I go watch Film Red as this quick addition to the main story. When I'm reading One Piece from start to finish, I'm just going to be reading One Piece. The existence of Uta is just, it's not going to be there for me, you know, personally. Like, I guess I know she exists, but it doesn't really make a difference, you know? It's not like Shiki, because Shiki is actually in the story, right? Shiki's in the story. You can't pretend Shiki doesn't exist, but, you know, even if Zephyr, Z, is canon, he's not canon for me when I'm reading the story, right? He doesn't pop up at any point. So that's kind of the way I look at it. It doesn't really make a difference to me, you know? Koopy Coop with a good question says, are channel memberships going to replace Patreon or be in addition to it? They're going to be in addition to it. Channel memberships, I think, are more so for, I guess, because I've started streaming more and everything like that more frequently. So it's just naturally what you do to, I guess, elevate kind of, you know, the stream, like making the stream stuff a bit more legit, more official, you know? That's just naturally how it goes. I should have done it a long time ago. Is Randy Troy in the chat? Can Randy Troy make himself known? Lots of times he's here secretly and doesn't say anything until I mention his name, like Beetlejuice. Ivan back from the card shop says, with Oda's low-key sexism, you think Boa is going to end up the weakest warlord? Even fucking Moria was fighting Kaido in his prime. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this. Also, just to flex how good I am at swapping between stream setups nowadays, all right? Let's take a look at this. All right, so can I do a smooth transition? I think so. Okay, so if I go here, what chapter? Let's say like, it's probably something like 480, 481. Shadows Asgard. Okay, wait, why am I not using the colored version? Am I an idiot? Let's use the colored version. All right. 481. So if I go to chapter 481, right, Shadows Asgard. All right, so you see how strong Moria actually is? So Moria had low-key the strongest attack in the series when he used a Shadows Asgard for the first time. Not the strongest, maybe the Raigo or something like that, but Shadows Asgard is actually nothing to laugh about. So if you look at actually what happens, right? So he punches, and it legitimately, it like, not in a, like, what is this? Like, this is unheard of pre-time skip. This is all of Thriller Bark basically breaking apart. This is island-level force, right? I mean, I swear, if Kaido punched the ground, like, that's kind of what you would expect or something like that, right? So Shadows Asgard is actually crazy, crazy strong if you look at it. But the thing is, if you reread the whole fight, the reason that Moria is not busted is because he can't control it, right? So, like, he's way past his prime. All the shadows keep leaving him. He's kind of like a powerhouse that's like imagine like a tank, like a super bulked up tank or something like that, really, really strong, but it's been years since it was used, right? So it's super rusty and shit, right? So it keeps like, the gears are all grimy, it doesn't work too well, you know what I'm saying? And like, the only reason he doesn't murder Luffy here is because a direct hit, that punch that split the island, it's because, why? Because I'm made of rubber, you see? It's because I'm made of rubber. Luffy's just a bad matchup for Moria. Like, people don't talk about this enough, but if this was any other character that got hit by this punch, like, you could swap in a lot of pre-time skip characters here, and they would just be dead if Moria touched them like that. Luffy's rubber, and Moria doesn't use haki, so that's why this happens, right? And the flip side is Moria's continually, he can't control the form. But all I'm saying, the point of all of this is basically, Moria, if he could, Prime Moria, if he could control this form, like, yeah, this is a fair fight for Kaido. if Prime, like, obviously Kaido's gonna win, we know he won, etc. But like, I think the same way people underrate, like, the same way we can tell that Crocodile at his best is significantly better than what we saw in Alabasta, I think Moria at his best was way, way, way better. I think Shadows Asgard, like full form with like 1,000 shadows or whatever, that's a glimpse at full power Moria, and it's really, really, really strong if you think about it. Like, people just forget about this because Luffy beat him so easily, but if you think about the 2 reasons Luffy beat him, 1, Moria literally couldn't control it, so he's just like staggering around, spitting out shadows and stuff like that. If he could control it, what would he be like? And 2, Luffy's made of rubber and Moria doesn't have haki, so it's another sort of NL situation. People just don't view it as an NL situation, but it really is like an NL situation. So that's just my 2 cents on Moria. I don't remember what the original question was. But you guys get what I'm saying? Like, just because Moria's not treated like Crocodile, I feel like in his prime, like, I feel like it's kind of like a Crocodile situation, you know what I'm saying? Where, like, at one point in time, it was a whole different beast, you know? Anyway, where we at? Oh, is Boa going to be the weakest warlord? I don't think Boa's going to be the weakest like, no, Boa is stronger than Moria is right now, right? So, like, and Moria is stronger than Buggy is right now. Boa's probably stronger than Law was when Law was a warlord. It's hard to say. I think a lot of the warlords are, like, comparable levels. So it's, like, who's the weakest or not weakest? Like, it's hard to say. I think Mihawk's the only one that's, like, head and shoulders above the rest. But I think a lot of the way I look at it is basically, if you look at the original warlords, you had, like, Mihawk head and shoulders above the rest, right? Like, way above the rest. Then probably guys like Doflamingo, Kuma, Boa, Jinbei. These guys are probably all in the same ballpark or something. Then I think you had Crocodile, like Alabasta Crocodile and like Thriller Bark Moria, who were once stronger but are like fallen from grace, so they're no longer what they once were, basically. But probably back in their heyday, they would be comparable to the other Shichibukai. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Crocodile, we already see, you know, when he's back to his old self, he's clearly a force to be reckoned with or whatever. Uninspired says, would you rather be forced to live in Utah or England? Living in England would be fun. I've been to London before. I kind of liked it. Black Pill Army says, what do you think about Yamato being canon? That's a hilarious question. Alan One Piece says, who do you think the top 3 strongest alive are? Probably some. I think at this point, I do think that Im is strong, although it's not based on it. I think Im is strong. Like, the thing with Im is that either he's, like, really, really fucking strong, or he's, like, probably, like, or he's, like, below Admiral level. Like, I don't think that there's a lot of, like, either Oda's gonna set him up as this all-powerful force that needs to be defeated, or he's more of a political figurehead and is not that strong. So, I'm erring to the side that Im is strong, so I'll say Im. I think Im, Shanks, Blackbeard, or Im, Shanks, Dragon, or Im, Shanks, Mihawk, something like that. I think Im and Shanks are definitely in. I think then you got characters like Dragon, Blackbeard, Mihawk. I think we have to put Luffy in the conversation now, too. Honestly, yeah, there's no reason Luffy shouldn't be in the conversation. Luffy could be top 3 right now. It's just that Blackbeard could be a lot stronger than we think, you know what I mean? It's really, really hard to say, because I think many would have had, like, partway through Wano, I think many had Kaido at number 1. At this point, I think Luffy is straight up stronger than Kaido. So it's just like, does that mean I have Luffy at number 1? No, because I think we're heading into a phase of the story where other characters will be revealed to have been stronger than previously believed. So, it's really hard to give a top 3 right now. Princess Taco says, Celestial Tribute, I'd like to say I'm back. Welcome back, Princess Taco. Is it the dramatic title? Why did this stream bring back, like, certain people who I haven't seen in a bit? I saw Koopy Coop, I saw Miriam, I saw Princess Taco for the first time. Tom says, in a later stream, can we use the AI again to predict Elbaf? Oh, we are using that AI again. I had a ton of, I don't know about you guys, I think that was one of the best streams we've ever had, and I genuinely had a ton of fun. Even if nobody was here, I would have had fun just doing that whole AI thing. Because it's just like, the AI is great because it's so close to making sense, but then it just like takes a sharp left turn into fucking Crazyville, like halfway through its sentences or something like that. It's like borderline right there. It borderline makes sense. Hey, we got almost 1,000 viewers. The way we get to 1,000 viewers is if we up the likes to 500. Let's get to 500 likes. JPressP says, Oda dick edit tier list. Hashtag can we get much higher? I don't get the, what is this stuff? What is this stuff? What are we referencing here? I don't want to know. Caleb Brown, what's up? No one talks about Moria fighting Kaido and surviving. Yeah, that's true, but like other people fight Kaido and survive. Like, you know, Kaido doesn't kill everybody he meets, right? And like the thing is, Kaido killed all of Moria's crew. So maybe it was just to teach Moria a lesson. I don't know if Kaido even like cared about killing Moria. You know what I mean? Black Pill Army says, when are you going to do your Wano critique vid? So here's what the plan is. The plan was originally to do it, to drop the... Okay, so it's going to be in 2 videos at the way that it is right now. One is going to be a Wano arc analysis. Why am I doing a Wano arc analysis? Because it's just better to do an arc analysis first and then do a review so that people aren't going to be like... The worst fucking thing I don't want to hear is basically people being like, Morj, if you didn't like this part, it's just because you didn't understand this thing or something. So I'm just going to do my analysis first. The only real Wano analysis that I think exists, period. As far as I know, there's nothing else on YouTube. I haven't checked Reddit or whatever, but Reddit doesn't really, they don't really have like in-depth long analysis like whatever, you know, like a 40-minute video or something, right? So I'm gonna do like a Wano arc analysis, get that out of the way. That'll be first, and then I'm trying to do the following week Wano arc review. The plan was to do those this week and then the next week, but it's looking more like we're going to be 2 weeks out from the Wano video, so maybe not next Tuesday, but Tuesday the 20th might be Wano arc analysis comes out. And then the following Tuesday, the 27th, the Wano arc review. So my personal feelings on what I thought did and didn't work, but mostly what didn't work. That's when that'll come out, basically. East West 16 says, with the growing idea that there are 150 chapters left, if you compare the last 150 versus the next 150, doesn't feel like way too much has to happen. Yes, but I've learned my lesson from Wano, which is that Oda will make it fit somehow, despite whatever needs to not make it in there. I do think, though, at the end of the day, that the remaining 150, I could see him happening at like kind of a breakneck pace because so much of the setup is already done, right? So much of the setup is already done. We have, by that I mean like characters mostly have their setups for the most part, right? It's really the Straw Hats that are kind of missing their final setups or whatever, but we can expect the Blackbeard Pirates to be making moves soon. We can expect Crossguild to be making moves soon. The Red-Haired Pirates, they made it clear that they're about to make their move soon. The Revolutionary Army, they're in turmoil at the moment, but clearly the threads for whatever is about to happen with Sabo, Dragon, etc. has been set up. So a lot of these, and Akainu, the last we saw of him, he's talking about making his big move. So a lot of the outside forces, they're about to make their big moves. The interesting thing to me is kind of why we're having... It sounds like the Straw Hats are going to Sphinx Island next, so not to Elbaf next. So it sounds like Oda's strangely going to take his time with the Straw Hats. Kid, as I understand, is already headed to Elbaf. It's just a little weird. It's like everybody else seems to have their setups down. It's the Straw Hats and I guess Law and Kid that seem a little bit behind, being at that end game point that they need to be at. So it'll be interesting to see how that rolls out. I think... Is it doable 150 chapters? Obviously it must be, because Oda set it up that way. So yeah, we'll just wait and see. Mr. Taco about it. That's funny. Can we agree that haki sucks as a system? No, I like haki as a system. I just wish that... I genuinely like haki as a system. The one thing that I don't like at the moment is just that it seems like advanced armament is essentially just a worse version of Advanced Conqueror's haki. That's the only thing I don't like at the moment, because it kind of... Like, before they all had their uses, now it's leading more towards just, one is strictly better than the other. So it's kind of like, yeah, that's just how I'm looking at it. But overall, I like haki as a system. And I actually put out, like, haki videos talking about, like, why I like it as a power system. Is it the best power system out there? No, but I think it works for what One Piece is. I think it works for the type of series One Piece is, which is your willpower, ambition, that stuff is what matters the most by far. It just matters the most by far, right? So it's better to turn that into the power system at the end of the day, in my opinion, than something a little more complicated like a Nen, whatever the fuck Jujutsu Kaisen does, I think it plays well to One Piece's strength of like, and what it focuses on in its fights. And ultimately the thing is that like One Piece combat has always been like very much straight up like close quarters, like physical combat, right? Like, all of the villains Luffy's fighting from East Blue to whatever, like, ultimately comes down to, like, close quarters, like, mostly hand-to-hand combat. Even if he's fighting, like, fucking Crocodile, that's what it comes down to, right? Like all of Crocodile versus Luffy round 3 was like Crocodile forgot to fucking use sand. Luffy versus Lucci, Luffy versus Moria. Like throughout the series, it's mostly like physical combat, right? So you don't want to change that too drastically later on in the story with like Luffy suddenly being able to like, I don't know, shoot lasers from his eyes or something like that, or like being able to trap people in some sort of like conjured up Nen prison or something. You want to keep it close to what the combat already was. So haki is basically just that, right? Like haki is basically just you're improving on what, like it's souped up, enhanced physical combat, right? Zoro can use haki on his blades now. Does it change that much about how he fights? No, it just adds some extra power to what he's doing and everything like that, right? Flame Emperor says, can't wait for Uta to have a better character arc than Yamato. Also, is it confirmed that Oda rushed Wano for film Red? That's what I've heard. No, I don't think Oda rushed Wano for film Red. I mean, maybe you heard that somewhere, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But I think that Oda got to the end of, like, if we look at where Wano ended, it's a clean 150 chapters of storytelling, right? A clean 150 chapters. So considering that, right, it started at 908 essentially, and they left at 1058. It seems like Oda, sorry, not 150. No, yeah, 150, right? It seems like Oda basically, like, I think he had the length in mind, right? And if you look at story arcs like, you know, Dressrosa, clean 100 chapters, right? Whole Cake Island conveniently ended, like Zoe and Whole Cake Island combined cleanly ends at 100 chapters, right? I think Oda's got his benchmarks pretty clearly in mind of when he wants to end arcs, so I don't think Oda rushed arc for film Red, but I do think he might have rushed elements of the arc to hit the 150 chapter mark, essentially. And film Red was just always destined, I guess, to come out at the point that, you know, that the arc essentially closed, I think. Mr. Talk About It says, haki feels like an excuse to not use any strategy. One Piece fights were never, like, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji's fights were about strategy, but, like, you get what I think I already explained it, which is that, like, Luffy's not supposed to really win his fights through strategy. It's fun to have strategy be a small part, like, oh, I realized to use water, or, like, I don't know, like, oh, I realized, like, I'm trying to think, like, how much does Luffy really use strategy to win his fights over the course of the battle? Like, he takes out Arlong's teeth or whatever. Like, you want the battles to be true. You want any sort of power system to be true to the nature of combat in the series as it already is, right? So, like, Luffy, Zoro, these are, like, the battles in One Piece. I'm going in circles at this point because I've given this explanation already, but the battles in One Piece are more so focused on, I guess, straight up willpower, strength of spirit, etc., getting you to be able to overcome, you know, extreme physical difficulties or whatever, right? That's mostly the focus. Characters like Nami, Usopp, that's where Oda likes to mix in some more strategy. Even Sanji, but Sanji has strategy as like a secondary element to his fight. It's usually, you know, we know what One Piece fights always were. So it's better that haki is suited to what the fighting system already is and what the story chooses to focus on more, rather than suddenly being like, well, now Luffy needs to win all of his fights with strategy or something like that. That's not the type of protagonist he is. You know, like, we've got bits of strategy and stuff in Luffy fights, like Luffy using the ricochet against Eno. But then at the end of the day, like, the big finish against Eno is going to be Luffy swinging this golden bell around, destroying the Raigo, Luffy defeating Eno with a really powerful punch, stuff like that, right? Like, it's better for what One Piece is, and it's better for the type of character Luffy is. Lord Naga Viper says, can you say the One Piece is real? I mean, I guess I just did. JP Badjo Podcast says, would you be down to be interviewed? No. All right. Edson Alien says, Morj, why don't you stream on Twitch? YouTube chatting experience is awful. You don't like the YouTube chatting experience? Well, I've got good news for you. We're about to fix that with emojis. We're going to get some emojis up in here. All right? We get some emojis up in here. I think that, yeah, channel memberships are basically around the corner. That's what this stream is about. Why don't I stream on Twitch? Because you kind of got it. Streaming on Twitch, you need to really keep at it and continuously do it, because there's so much competition on Twitch. Whereas YouTube, I already have a channel and everything. It's just more comfortable for me. I have a channel and everything set up. People that follow me here, they know when I'm streaming, so they can tune in on this. Like, it's not like a whole different platform that people have to go log on to Twitch, be on Twitch to see that I'm streaming or something like that. People expect me on YouTube anyway. That's where my audience is. I could get people, like, I've done Twitch streams in the past that have gotten decent viewers and everything like that, but that's just not the comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Fahad leads, and YouTube's doing a lot, I think, nowadays to try and incentivize better streaming on YouTube. The main thing, if YouTube just fixes its discover function for like how accessible or viewable streams are on YouTube, I think that'll go a long way. Fahad Elite says, can Big Mom beat Whitebeard level of Marine Forward? No, I'll take Whitebeard every day of the week. Mark Hogan says, there's no chance, we only have 150 chapters left. Listen, man, I used to think stuff like that about Wano. I was like, there's no way Wano's rapping in the next 5 chapters. And then 5 chapters later, Luffy's punched Kaido into some magma or some shit. Fluffy Bunny FT says, where do you think the last road poneglyph is? I think it's Elbaf still. I still think it's Elbaf. I still got Elbaf. Mr. Talk About It says, Luffy had to strategize more, or OP has better matchups like versus Crocodile using water, or NL with Thunder versus Rubber. Devil Fruit has more variety. Okay, so if you're saying like the Devil Fruit variety to it, again, I've always said the Devil Fruit variety is generally like 90% of the time secondary to the physical combat. Like, who are the most common fighters in One Piece? The vast majority of fights go to Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, right? 90% of One Piece fights are those characters. They're not like the swordsmanship, the kick, like it's swordsmanship, kicks, and punching. Like that's it. Like that's what One Piece fights mostly are. Devil Fruits are fun to add variety, but like the examples you're talking about, like Luffy and Water versus Crocodile, that was just, it's funny you're calling that's the strategy, because that was actually just like the replacement for haki. That was like the temporary replacement for haki for Luffy for that fight, which was the matchup problem was that Luffy can't touch Crocodile, right? The solution is haki, which you say you don't like, but that's what Oda essentially wrote in, which was like, okay, well, we want to get it back to a physical fight, because that's what One Piece is. So I just have to write in this water element, right, as a method of Luffy being able to touch Crocodile. Later on in the series, that'll be haki, but it's essentially the same thing, right? And then Luffy versus NL, that's not strategy. It's not Luffy's strategy to have eaten a like rubber devil fruit. He just is rubber. So it conveniently stops what NL is in the moment. And what does it do? It turns things into a physical fight, because it, like, to me, it's interesting that the thing that you view as like very varied about that fight, it's actually the opposite in my opinion, which is that because Luffy is rubber, NL's electricity is no longer really a factor in that fight so much. So it's actually just a physical combat versus like who's better at close quarters combat fight, because that's generally what One Piece prioritizes at the end of the day. That's also why I guess at the end of the day, like, you know, Kaido's got all these abilities and everything like that, but you know, mostly while he's fighting Luffy, it's club versus fist, you know. Even with Luffy getting these new zany Looney Tunes abilities, at the end of the day, it comes down to big punch versus big dragon form hitting him and stuff like that. That's just what One Piece fighting is. Yeah, it's who's got the stronger drive, who's got the stronger spirit. We settle it through fists, raw force, stuff like that. Captain Face says, hey, what's your favorite power system, not One Piece? I like Hunter x Hunter a lot. I think that it overcomplicates it in some ways, or it like forgets some of it, or like doesn't pay super duper attention to some of its rules in some ways, I guess. But like, I like Hunter x Hunter quite a bit. But I guess I like JoJo's by far the best, because it's funny because they're two opposites, because they aim to do the same thing, which is create more strategic fights with lots of varieties and rules to be solved, I suppose. But Hunter x Hunter goes the route of being like, okay, let's make this really structured and really think out a system, right? A system of rules that can be followed here, that, you know, create a framework for what can happen over the course of this fight. And both characters are fighting within that framework. Whereas JoJo says, fuck the framework. What if any stand can just do whatever the fuck? And you kind of just figure out the rules as you go, and each stand is open to its own set of rules, and basically a stand can do anything. And funnily enough, like, you can say Hunter x Hunter's is better constructed, and that's true, and JoJo's is more, you know, fuck it, YOLO. But that makes for more fun fights, I guess, at the end of the day, because you never know what you're getting. And he can kind of like, because he has to pay less attention to rules, Araki can just write fights back to back to back to back to back to back, right? JoJo's is mostly just a lot of fights, right? With story interspersed in between, you know, but for the most part, it's like stand battle. Okay, a little bit of story right here. All right, but now there's another stand battle and then a little story right here, because he gets to play with no rules, right? So he can come up with new stand battles over and over and over and spend most of his creativity on that. Whereas Hunter x Hunter, A Nen battle, I think Tagashi's got to take a bit more time to really think out how it's gonna go. Like if you read like his, oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna say. Sorry, I almost spoiled some shit. Ali H says, "Yo, Mork, your favorite series you don't talk about?" My favorite series I don't talk about. That's a great question. My favorite series that I don't talk about. Because I do think I talk. Favorite series I don't talk about. Favorite series I don't talk about. Because now I'm thinking, like, should I go beyond manga? I'll keep it in the realm of manga just because it's, that's what you guys are. That's the audience, right? Let's say, I think one of my favorite series that I don't talk about much. I think I talk about Gantz enough. That's one of the few series that, like, I like buying stuff for. Like, have this just sitting right here. I think Gantz was one of my favorite series for the longest time. I think if we're talking right now, I told you guys I started Legend of the Galactic Heroes recently, right? I really, really like Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I really, really like that series. I'm looking forward to finishing that one out. Tom says, Sniper Island has to exist. Usopp will become king. Usopp's lies don't necessarily have to become true at this point. We know because Usopp said that he was the man who defeated Tobi Roppo, and he didn't do that. You know. Dan Demand says, do you think Oda will kill a Straw Hat by the end of the series? If so, who do you think it'll be? Love the channel, aka the evil Power Vision. Lol. Ah ha ha. Look, I used to think that Oda might kill Usopp by the end. No, I was actually not even might. I was very confident that Oda would kill Usopp by the end of the series, and I was pretty confident that Luffy will die at the end of the series. I still think Luffy dies at the end of the series just because there's certain things that he said. Like, he literally talks about in Udon, like, I'm going to choose where and when I die. That was, like, a really important statement that he proclaimed to Queen, right? So, Luffy's set on that. Now, flip side is that Usopp, I think, would be by far the best character. If there's any character in One Piece that, like, any Straw Hat that's set up to die, and it would actually conclude their story in a good way, and it would actually be a good send-off for their character, and it would fulfill the character's primary motivations and their dream at the same time, it's Usopp. That's the character that lends himself best to that by far. The question is if Oda is willing to do that. Because we did get to the end of all of Wano, and Kinemon, who was begging to die the entire arc, is fine. Many Kiku, fine. Many characters who were quite willing to die didn't die, and then the characters that did die were kind of random or we didn't care about. I mean, I would have loved if Ashura Doji got a bit of a different death, because I did like Ashura Doji quite a bit. All right. AJK says, Morj has become too comfortable in his seat. What's going on? What are you guys doing? What are all these mods doing? I'm seeing a sea of blue text. Shut the fuck up. What are you guys talking about? Why are you guys rebelling? What do you want to do? It's time for him to feel our pain. What is happening? AJK, you are the chosen one. Remember to like the stream. 1,500 likes and we'll get a Bollywood dance. That's what AJK said before. Yeah, let's get it to 1,500. You want me to read the Reddit post? Is that what this is about? You're trying to stage a full-blown rebellion because I didn't read your Reddit post? Which, by the way, I did read. I've read that Reddit post. I just don't remember it well. I've seen that Reddit post. All right, AJK, paste your Reddit post again. Princess Taco says, Morj, happy birthday. We will still rebel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anuj Agarwal says, the pirate hero has been messaged. Where's he at? Oh, he said something. He said he's been busy these days. Ajir Lily says, please talk about how awesome Admiral Yang Wen Lee is. I prefer Reinhold. I don't know about you guys, but Admiral Yang Wen Lee is not my favorite character in that series. He's a worthy adversary to my man Reinhold. Henchme976 says, Morj, if you had Marco tied up in sea stone in front of you, helpless, would you cannibalize him to get his fruit? That comment was a wild ride. I was like, where is this going? Would I cannibalize him to get his fruit? Like, alive? Like, would I eat him alive? No? Are you asking, would I kill him? Like, I don't... First of all, I don't have to eat him to get his fruit. Most people don't... Blackbeard didn't eat Whitebeard to get his fruit, right? Like, you can kill them, and then the fruit will pop up to the nearest fruit. So I would just eat that, right? I wouldn't kill this. I wouldn't eat Marco rather than just kill him and then eat a fucking fruit. You know? That's why you basically just asked, are you a cannibal? Right? Like, it's one thing to ask, like, would you murder Marco to get his devil fruit? That's its own conversation. But would I just, like, savagely eat a living person so that, like, I could also get the benefit of getting his devil fruit? But clearly eating the person is, like, one of my priorities as well, because I'm choosing that route rather than the simpler route. No, I wouldn't cannibalize Marco, because I'm not a cannibal. Mr. MMF2 says, which JoJo character you think would have Conqueror's haki? That's easy. I think literally all of the... No. Not all of the JoJos. I think, if we go through, I think Jonathan... I think Joseph might not. I think Josuke might not. I think Jotaro easily. Jotaro's Conqueror's haki would probably be fucking busted. I think Jotaro would have some insane Conqueror's haki. I think Jolene would have it as well. I think Giorno. Johnny's too difficult. I don't think... Johnny, I don't know. Johnny's not. No. Out of villains, I would say Dio would have it. Obviously, Diavolo. I think most villains would have it. Probably not Kira. That's what I got for the most part. Caleb Brown says, Marco... I don't think Pucci would have it either. Caleb Brown says, Marco Mukbangwen. What direction has this stream gone? Tom says, Giorno 100%. Yeah, I agree. Giorno 100%. Every mod post... Okay, fine. We got to read this shit. This thing that I've already read. All right, cool. But I'm not... Here's the... For the record, I'm not going to enjoy reading it. All right? So I hope you're happy. Okay. All right. Is everybody ready? We're going to read this thing. I'm so excited. Prepare to watch me switch the stream. Wait. I got to do all this shit. Guess what? The other thing that's changing about this stream, not next stream, but next Monday. I'll stream Thursday, but next Monday stream, I think I will have, should have a monitor then. So you all can look forward to that. All right, ready? We good? And let me answer this real quick before I start. JP Rez P says, future Blackbeard Pirates members or allies? I don't know. I used to think that Crocodile might end up on the Blackbeard Pirates, but that was like an outside shot. At the moment, I have no idea. You know what's interesting? Hold on. Interesting thought before I get into it, which is basically we can... No, you know what? I'll talk about it. I'll save it for a video. I just had a realization. I can't even read? What am I not reading? All right, I guess I'm not reading the Reddit post. I literally forgot what I'm not reading right now. All right, let's start. Okay. Are you guys ready? This is so... No. All right. Let's skim through it. Let's hope it's... I reserve the right to quit out of this if it's not entertaining the people. All right? If it's not entertaining the people. I reserve the right to quit out of this theory if it's not entertaining the people. All right, what it actually means for Wano's board. Even the title is long. Look how long this title is. Universal Nexus. Hey, is Universal Nexus in this chat? Fuck you. All right, what it actually means for Wano's borders to be opened and the reason why Wano is special. At least it's being explained here because Kaido never explained why Wano was special. A long comprehensive theory on Wano. Oh, you don't say. The Ancient Kingdom, Skypiea, Toki's Prophecy in the world, blah, blah, blah. One Piece mega theory. All right. Oh boy, this has been in the works for a long time. He's so excited. This is an attempt at putting together all the pieces of the puzzle. Just say you're putting together the pieces of the puzzle. The goal of this theory is to explain why Wano is special. I read the title. I'm so mad. Can I stop? I'm done with this. As hinted by Kaido, and coming up with an answer as to how exactly Wano is tied to the Ancient Kingdom and what it actually means for Wano's border. Okay, we'll tackle Lady Toki's prophecy. Skypiea's history, I want to shout out this theory. I'm not reading whatever theory he's shouting out, that's for sure. I'll borrow 2 specific cool points that I'll mention in this post that he didn't come up with on his own, that helped me solidify this theory while I was researching. But you won't have to read it since I'll be covering everything here. All right. I'm just skipping to this part. Wano is the ancient kingdom. Well, what remains of it? For the record, I thought this was a really good theory when I read it. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, even though I'm being very disrespectful. I thought this was a really good theory when I read it. I'm just upset that I have to read this whole thing on stream. Imagine someone hands you a novel, and you probably like this novel. Let's say it's one of your favorite novels. Let's say it's, what do people like? Harry Potter. Let's say it's Harry Potter, but let's say you're doing something else. And then, I don't know, like you're at a bowling alley or something, and someone comes up and says, hey, read Harry Potter. And you're like, well, I've read Harry Potter. I don't want to read it right now. And they're like, hey, listen, I've come up to you at this bowling alley for the last 10 weeks trying to get you to read Harry Potter at the bowling alley, and you haven't done it. Now's the time to do it. Are you listening, AJK? That's the analogy here. All right. Why am I making this longer than it needs to be? The first portion of the theory is this. Wano was charged of being the last stronghold of hope for the ancient kingdom. All right, after the ancient kingdom was destroyed, Wano became the land that is the literal legacy of the ancient kingdom. In other words, what remains of it? Blah, 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 blah. Let's start from the beginning. What is the ancient kingdom? He introduces us to this idea of the ancient kingdom in chapter 395. 100 years, there was an immense kingdom. All right, I see some zizzes in chat. Some zizzes in chat. How about we do this? All right, I'm going to post this here. I'm going to post this here. I'll link it. AJK says ZZZ equals bad. No one's getting the way of AJK's thing. Of AJK's quest. Let me check the stream viewership. If the stream viewership is bad right now, I have to stop it. It's just the way it is. It's the way that things go. Okay, it's actually not dipped much. It's actually not dipped much. You guys like this? You guys like this shit? Okay, I'll keep reading. I'll do what you guys want. All right. Professor Clover introduces us to the idea of the ancient kingdom, all right? The reason why there's a gap in history and why the world government... Oh, there's a lot of zizzes. There's a lot of zizzes. Drusser says bad stream content. All right, you know what? If Drusser says it, then it must be so. We're back to the original stream content. What was the original stream content? Oh, I was talking about the channel changing forever. Okay. It is a good theory. I encourage people to go read it after this stream, not at the moment. All right? After this stream, not at the moment. So, more importantly, what are we trying to do? Okay, we're trying to do a few things here, all right? First of all, is Randy Troy here yet? He usually arrives at some point. He usually shows up at some point. Okay. Let me show you guys some cool shit, all right? Let me show you some cool stuff. All right? Not that theory, that's for sure. All right? Okay. All right, you see this? These are badges. Look at these. Loyalty badges next to your name and comments in live chat. Okay? So I want to create some badges, but I don't know what to create the badges of. That's the tricky part. So you all who have been in the streams for a bit, we have some ideas. We're not going to show the badge ideas right now. All right. What he's got is some stuff. He's got Savage over here. He's got Heat on Feet. He's got Sav. Same thing as Savage. It's an abbreviation. W. We have none of those here. And his logo. Unrivaled says, you should keep watching Haikyuu. I swear it gets really good. This is the last time I listened to... I nearly had to read that whole fucking Reddit thing just because of AJK's badgering. I'm done listening to you guys' suggestions. I might keep watching Haikyuu, but I'm probably going to finish Legend of the Galactic Heroes first, and that's a long-ass series, so it'll be a bit before I get through Haikyuu. Let me say this. Here was something I saw of Haikyuu that continued to sway my opinion of it towards I don't want to watch it, which was like... Okay, Haikyuu fans are going to roast me in the comments, or in the chat, right? All right? I clicked on a Haikyuu clip, which was like... like Hinata does something crazy. It was like, okay, so some dude is tossing a ball in the air. I can tell it's later in the series, okay? So some dude is tossing a ball in the air, and this guy's really tall. So he's tossing a ball in the air, and then Hinata comes running from like way, way, way far away, and then he jumps up super high, and he hits the ball out of the air before this tall guy can hit it, okay? And I'm like, okay, cool. It's a volleyball scene, I suppose. They weren't on a volleyball court. This was just outside. So Hinata runs up and then hits the ball. He jumps up, hits the ball. And I'm like, okay, that's a volleyball scene. But I scroll down to the comments. Everyone's going nuts. They're like, wow, Haikyuu, so inspiring. So, damn, Hinata's come so far. Like, this was the epic moment, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? Are we watching the same? What's going on? How much? To me, I'm just like, I'm sure Haikyuu is a good series, but in my mind, I'm just like, damn, how much? I literally cannot fathom how much context I would have to be missing to have the reaction that these people are having in the comments to Hinata running up and jumping high, jumping high, and hitting this ball before this tall guy could hit the ball. Because they treated it like this was God's gift to mankind, the finest thing ever written. Maybe it's really, really good, but I literally couldn't understand. I was like, what? He ran up and hit the, he hit the, just ran up and hit the ball. I don't get it. All right, maybe it's really good. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. NKTTV says, you have no context for that scene, you Muppet. That's funny. Yeah, no one's ever called me a Muppet before. I've never heard that used as an insult actually before. But I know I've no context for that scene. I'm just curious. I'm saying I literally cannot imagine the amount of context I would need. Like, what the hell? I can't imagine a reality where I find that scene to be really, really cool. So Haikyuu must have done something amazing along the way because people really loved that scene. I don't know. JP Bajo podcast says, LMAO, that no hurt, but okay, lol. If you change your mind, I'm in Maryland. You'll be compensated well, and it doesn't need to be in person. Feel free to check out some that I've done. Okay, small but growing. Okay, I may check it out later. I'm sorry, I just never heard of you. Not in like a mean way. I'm just saying like in a literal way. Like to me, you're just like a single person in the comments that says, can I interview you? I feel like I have to say no to that. I'm not in Maryland anymore, but I do visit Maryland occasionally. I will check out what's going on later. But more importantly, okay, here's where we're at. All right, listen up. Here's where we're at. Wait. No, I forgot the important thing. Forget about the bad stuff. Here's the important stuff. All right? We're trying to vote on some emojis. I'm about to share. We'll get back to the bad stuff in a second. All right? I'm way out of order here. Terry Martin says, what Haikyuu does well is tying character storylines to the growth in the game. Crowning moments to character development usually happen in-game. Okay, I believe that. I've only seen one Haikyuu match so far, and that was like two. That was like within their school. It was like Hinata and the tall guy with black hair. Tall. I'm taller than him. I think I've mentioned that before. Those two play on the same team within their school for the first time against other school team members. Christian Card says, you just shout on Haikyuu's Nothing Happened. Really? No way. That was their Nothing Happened? No way. What? Come on now. There's no way that's... I thought people were just going to tell me like, hey, that's not that big of a scene. It was just a cool scene. You're just telling me that that's like... Fuck. Okay. All right. We'll see. Name says, Sir Lorge, I'm super inconsistent and promise to abuse my political power as much as possible. Some might say the perfect qualifications for a mod. All right, you keep at it. Maybe you get there in a bit. All right. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, I was explaining this part. Okay, hold on. Make sure this all makes sense. Okay. So, here's what we're doing. For emojis, we only get 5. You only get 5 to start with. We get to add more emojis to chat as we go along. What emojis do you guys want to see in chat? Here are some that we compiled earlier. All right. But we also want you guys to be able to submit stuff that like you guys want to see. I don't know what emojis you guys might really like or something. Stuff that you like from Twitch chat or whatever, or like PNGs that you find funny. You can submit those here. I'm going to drop a link right now. All right. So for the next 10 minutes, I don't know how long. Yeah, let me make sure I'm pasting this link, the right link. For the next 10 minutes, we're going to be doing this. All right? You guys can be... Wait. Let me make sure this is okay. Place pinned message. Thank God. Reddit post does not need to be there anymore. Yeah. And, yeah. I think for the next 10 minutes, if you guys want to go drop some emojis or PNGs that you like, you can drop it into that thing. into that folder. They'll be added immediately to the broader pool of membership emojis that we have. And then we can take a quick look through just to decide what emojis, because we only get 5. So I want everyone to be happy with the 5 that we get. The 5 emojis to start with that can be spammed in chat. What do you guys want to be able to spam in chat is basically what we're looking at. All right. So if you've got an idea for an emoji or something like that you'd want to use as a member, then just throw it into that folder. We'll transfer it from that folder to the other folder. All right. Tom says, Morj, for the love of God, please read Kaiji. You will not regret it. One of the best psychological thrillers. I've actually that one seems interesting. I know it's about games and stuff like that. I will read that at some point. Ali H says, Haikyuu has as much heart as One Piece. The context though, lol. Yeah, no, I feel, okay. And heart is one of my favorite aspects of One Piece. One Piece, to date, like, how endearing the characters are, and sort of the really grand, larger-than-life, character moments that you sort of have, like really big displays of emotion or really big displays of kind-heartedness, etc. Those are the things that really get me about One Piece. Still feel like, I don't know, it still hits those for me occasionally, like Rhizodona is safe, stuff like that. I think even, we don't need to go down a whole One Piece discussion there, basically, but I think I will like all jokes aside, I think I will like Haikyuu if I'm able to get past the volleyball stuff, I guess, or if I'm able to not even get past, I guess, sink into the fact that I'm watching a volleyball series. You know what I mean? Probably just takes a little bit. Black Bull Army says, God, Pepe is so old, overused, and annoying. Well, it's on the stream thumbnail. All right, so deal with it. But if you don't want Pepe, we don't have to vote for Pepe. There's a lot of other options other than Pepe. I'm just pulling stuff that I know is common. That's it. There's no greater... I don't have strong preferences about the emojis. The emojis are for you guys, what you guys want to use. You get what I'm saying? This is for the people. Wheezy Bird says, Morj should watch the new Film Red trailer. Nah, there's no need for me to watch the Film Red. I'm just going to watch Film Red when it's time to watch Film Red. Once it's Film Red time, I'll watch Film Red. I've decided I'll watch it. AJK says, imagine being so loyal, staying up late every night for streams, defending him on all platforms, and getting shitted on from Morj haters just to get shitted on by the man himself. AJK, I can't read that full theory on stream. The people don't want it. It's not my decision, although I'm very biased in that I didn't want to read it. But the people also didn't want it. You know what they typed? They typed ZZZZZ. What am I supposed to say to that? What am I supposed to say to that? They said ZZZZZZZ. You know what ZZZZZZ means? Sleep. It's a universal symbol for sleep. AJK says, Morj, the people are trolling me after said ZZZ equals ban. Okay, well then who brought it upon themselves? Who brought it upon themselves? How is that my fault? I'm just a helpless streamer. I can barely keep track of 2 things at once. All I do is I look over and I see ZZZZZ. And then I look back and I read a giant wall of text. I'm like, I don't know, man. All right. I will. How about this? I can do this for you. I can skim the theory again and discuss it next stream. But I can't read the full thing on stream. That's just not doable. Burrito Bros says, I feel like the manga Kingdom by Yasuhisa Hara is right up your alley. It is. I totally forgot about Kingdom. I enjoyed reading the beginning parts of Kingdom quite a bit. Like a lot. I really, really did. I really, really did. AJK says, Morj, you disappoint me. I feel bad. I don't want to disappoint AJK. I swear to you, AJK, I'll discuss that theory. Maybe not Thursday stream, because that'll be, post-chapter or whatever. But potentially Monday stream. I'll discuss it. AJK says, Morj, there are 100 less viewers now than when you read the theory. Well, whose fault is that? Unknown. All right, so the thing is that with Kingdom, the beginning arc... How do I say this? The beginning arc was really, really good. I think I just took a break for like a little bit, and then I fell off. But I really want to go back to that series, because I know it's like a really, really good series. And I know that just from the beginning, like the way it started, I would really enjoy it, if that makes sense. Yeah, the Bird of Chin. Yeah. All right. So I think at the moment, there's no way that we could figure out anything badges related, just because I don't know what the people... Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. All right, I'm just double checking. You guys have some interesting choices for chat emojis. Let me just say that. Some interesting choices for chat emojis. Okay. All right, we'll take let's say deadline for submitting emojis is the next 5 minutes. So if you got emojis, submit them in the next 5 minutes, and then we'll be looking over them. I don't even know what to say about some of these. I'm concerned about what will be picked. Tom says, Jesus Christ, this Google Drive is awful. It's like Google Suite or something a little bit different or something like that. Okay. All right. Where are we at? People are asking me technical questions. Ethereal Split asked, how do I upload a pic to the drive after I click the link? Don't ask me any technical questions. I don't know the answer. I know no answers, all right? At least when it comes to technology, this sort of thing, that's not my forte. Is Sean Easton here? Can Sean help some people out? Sean, the people need answers. Mauricio Talok says, damn, Kingdom is just as long. Yeah, but I prefer really long series. I prefer series that I can actually like really, really get into. You know what series that kind of start... Okay, has anybody tried this? Has anybody tried Undead Unluck? Because I tried it a little bit, because people were saying that it's getting kind of cool. And I thought it was really bad at first, or like really dumb at first, but now I'm like 17, 18, 19, I think like 19 chapters in, and some cool shit has started to happen that's changing my opinion. So I don't know what to expect of the series, but like, it's got a really cool concept, I realized. I didn't appreciate the concept at first, but I think in the teens, it started getting a lot more interesting. Do we have any opinions on Undead Unluck? I think the start was really, I nearly dropped it, and I don't like the art, but I actually was surprisingly really, really enjoying the last couple chapters. I don't know if I'll stick with it. Yeah, the beginning is really bad, says Russer. It gets great after that. It's well-liked on your Discord. Is it now? Is it now? Okay, so am I wrong in this? In that, like, the concept started to feel similar-ish to Chainsaw Man after a little bit. I think after some of the rules started being explained. I started enjoying it quite a bit. And I was kind of like, do people like that? Like, is this like a... Why don't I see the series talked about a little bit more? Killer Brown says, I can't... But Chainsaw Man also was not talked about for a good bit. I think it's one of those series that took a while for people to start appreciating. And Nojagro says, Labor Day stream has the Legends of the Mod game coming out of retirement. Yeah, everyone's here. What is going on? Caleb Brown says, I can't wait to use these emojis. Yeah, the emojis. Ahahaha. Hilarious. That's what we'll call them, I suppose. Josh Quirty says, I heard that Tekking enjoyed it. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what Tekking likes. Bo Scotty actually says, I dropped it after 20-something chapters, but that's where it started getting interesting. It's got good ideas once it gets going. All right, I'm going to stick with it. Sean Easton actually came in and said, right-click on empty space and click upload file. All right, this sounds embarrassingly simple. So if you needed help with that, you might be me. So that's pretty embarrassing. Like he just came and just said right click on empty space and click upload file. That's all right. That's it. People are acting like I asked them to solve like a Rubik's Cube or something like that. Chinuala Batya says, Morj, you like James Bond? What's your favorite movie from the franchise and why? It's tricky because I haven't seen older James Bond movies. So like when people ask, do you like James Bond? It's mostly like, do I like the newer series of James Bond movies? Yeah, I like them well enough. Ant says, how do you feel about Black Clover? Fuck everybody. Black Clover's solid. It's cool. I like it. I'm interested to see where the rest of this arc goes. It's like, you know, Black Clover's generic in many, many ways, but it doesn't try to hide it. And like, it's an entertaining series with fun characters that I find personally endearing for the most part. Some stuff I don't really care for. A lot of stuff I don't really care for. But it's got some cool twists along the way. People are submitting the emojis. I see this filling up pretty fast. So I feel like people aren't having too much trouble actually doing this. Maybe some of you are. But it's okay. All right. For people trying to submit, I guess, more controversial emojis, know that we do have a filter system set up in terms of like whose emojis are making the cut here. Actually, do we? Are you guys transferring the emojis? Guys, hold on. Hold on. For the people, For the people. Are my two guys here, Kusha and Rajesh? Can you guys make yourself known? Are you here? Are you guys fine with transferring the emojis over to the main folder now? Are there any issues with that? Is it okay? Hello, hello. TomTom says, Morj, there's so much inflation. You're just saying a general comment about the state of the economy or something like that? Samurai Champloo? I haven't tried that. I'll try Samurai Champloo. Kushin McCur... Yes, what? What's a full statement? Kushin, yes. Can you guys tell me yes or no? Are you guys you guys got your stuff down? Are we good? Are we good? Can we start looking at these? Are they transferred? Kushin says we're just removing some cursed ones. No, don't remove the cursed ones. Can you, transfer them? You guys got to transfer them, because otherwise they can just keep adding cursed ones. Just transfer everything that's okay to the good folder. Because they can just keep adding cursed ones. You know that, right? There will be an infinite supply of cursed ones. Anuj says, Kushin and Rajesh doing God's work like always. Yeah. They're trying. That's for sure. Kushin says, still not all transferred. Okay, let me know when everything's transferred, and then we're good to go. I don't know what the One Piece is real thing is. Chillax Sarita says, we want cursed emotes. Well, it's not about what you want. It's about what doesn't get each stream taken down. Jacob Busky says, thoughts on the Fate series? I never tried it. Christian says, give us 3 minutes. All right, thanks, guys. Yeah, no, just tell us, let me know when you're good. We got time. The Fate series, I never tried it. It's an interesting concept to me. I like the idea of, lots of different series, essentially, that branch out that are all in the same universe. But at the same time, I've heard, there's lots of varying highs and lows to the quality of the stories overall. So if that's the case, I'm not as interested in, trying a story where only some because it sounds like I'm gonna have to cover a lot of series to really get into Fate, right? So I don't want to go back and oh, this one sucked, this one was good, this one sucked. Maybe I'll get into it at some point. Adrian Akin says One Piece is real plus sad Pepe Moria emojis. Okay, we're not doing One Piece is real because that's a flash in the pan thing, right? That's not gonna be a funny meme 4 months down the road. Think timeless. Try to think timeless. Ali H says, have you read Oyasumi Pun Pun? No, for some reason I thought that Oyasumi Pun Pun, it sounded to me like a really cutesy series, but then I found out that it's a really dark series from other people. Probably not going to try it. Anuj Agarwal says, Morj, how are you simultaneously a content creator that's online and also doesn't know one of the biggest memes of 2022, and it's from One Piece? Where are people seeing this meme? I think I've not seen it anywhere. I literally don't know. Zohan Knight says 1059 delayed. Delayed? I think it's coming out earlier than ever if possible because the spoilers they're out today. I know people are saying avoid spoilers as of today. And I know that TCB and them took great effort to start getting the chapters to come out, put a clamp on spoilers and stuff like that and change their upload schedule to accommodate, but I guess it didn't really change anything. It's the darkest series out there, Oyasumi Pun Pun. It just doesn't sound like a dark series, you know what I mean? It's dark, but the series is great. Josh Corti says it was all over Twitter, Discord, and TikTok. I don't use TikTok. Discord, I barely, I use Discord with people I know, I guess, but not I'm not part of a giant Discord, I guess. And then Twitter, I think I wasn't on Twitter that much last week. That's where it's at. TomTom says, I'm in the inflation porn in the Google Drive. I can assure you that won't make it to the final selection round. Got nothing to say on that. Yokai says, I'm aside with Morj. I've only seen this meme in Morj's chat. Yeah, how do you guys know that you didn't invent the meme? Afterglow says, what role do you think Kobe will have in the final arc? I think that, I like the idea to this day that Kobe, if we look at a little bit of what Kobe's been up to so far, I like the idea that Kobe, I think 3 times throughout the series, Kobe has had important character moments. First was with Alvida, then was with the Axehan Morgan Helmet Poe moment, then was with Akainu, right? So those are the Kobe's 3 important character moments. I like the idea that Kobe, and it's always been Kobe having to stand up for what's right, or like stand up for his convictions or something like that, even when he might be like about to get murdered for it. So I like to believe, like a lot of people have a vision of Kobe basically kicking ass during the finale and like beating up like someone really strong. Maybe he does that too, but I like to think that at the end of the series, like there would be a moment where like Kobe's best moment that he set up for is like standing up for, like similar to an Akainu moment, similar to a Alvida moment, similar to a Helmet Poe moment, something important for his character where he sets aside what he's scared about at that moment to like stand up to some big authority force or stand up, like make a stand for something that's right. And I think that his convictions or something maybe inspiring, or you know, maybe get some people to listen or something like that, maybe get some Marines to change their mind. I like thinking of Kobe more so having a moment as, you know, his voice mattering more so than his strength. Because I know Kobe will be an admiral at some point in the series, but I like to think that that'll be in the epilogue rather than in the modern day story. Because I think Kobe's always worked best by not being that strong, but still being able to stand up for what's right. And that's how he's been most effective throughout the story. Ace back comeback? I can't pronounce this. It's hard to pronounce. Ace comeback. I don't get it. Morj, have you made peace with the fact that you probably will get spoiled in the One Piece ending as a content creator? It's not that hard to not... How do I explain this? It's not... Unless spoilers come out, like, early, it's not that... You can avoid getting spoiled. Here's the reasons that content creators get spoiled. It's when we... Like, part of it is, like, you can mute a lot of stuff. You can just not go on Twitter, right? You can mute Twitter. You can not go on Twitter. It is in your control. Like, I'm not saying... Like, obviously it sucks when we get spoiled, right? I'm not saying like, but lots of times it's usually like when we slip up a little bit, it's like, I know I shouldn't be on Twitter right now, but then I'm on Twitter, or I forget to mute something or something like that, right? And then the other big thing is when people comment in your videos. So like, it's a huge inconvenience, but I could avoid being spoiled if I wanted to avoid being spoiled. In that, like, I could just not check any of the comments, and like, let's say I put out a video on Tuesday, chapter's coming out Friday, right? Spoilers are probably out throughout that whole week. But when that video goes up, if I just don't look at the comments once, which is very difficult if you're a content creator, it's just like how to explain this? It's difficult because of human nature, right? It's not difficult in reality, I suppose. Like, I could upload a video and just not look at a comment once, right? I do that very frequently. It's just like, at some point, I'm just going to be like, I do wonder what people are saying in the video, and then I go check the comments, right? But it's doable. Like, I don't have to go check. It's just it's just human nature. At some point, you're like, your brain's on autopilot or something. You got nothing to do, and you're just like flipping through stuff. You might check the video you just uploaded, or like even like YouTube Creator Studio will tell you the most recent comments that are coming up or whatever. So like, you might just open up Creator Studio and see a comment or something. So, I could stay off Twitter. I could mute stuff. It's doable to avoid. It's just because of the way human nature is. You're not thinking consciously 24/7, right? So at some point, like, you got nothing to do. Your brain's on autopilot. You're just flipping through social medias. You go to Twitter. Oh, fuck, got spoiled. Or, oh, fuck, YouTube, some comment or something. But I don't think I think if I really don't want to get spoiled for like the last 3 weeks of One Piece or something, I can not get spoiled. There were multiple chapters that were coming out towards the very end of Wano where I really, I think post Kaido's defeat, where I really didn't want to get spoiled. And I didn't get spoiled for those. It's like doable. Ebank Z says 23 says people send spoilers in Roger's business email. My email now goes through Table Rock Management, so that can't happen to me at least. But it's avoidable. Like, I guess if people if someone found my address, came to my door, and like gave me a note that was a spoiler, sure, I can get spoiled. But if I really tried, it would be very difficult, you know? All right. Kushin says you can start whenever. Let's wait. Where'd you guys put these? Where are they? The stream submissions? Okay. All right. Should we look at stream submission? Okay. Hold on. Trying to decide here. Should we look at stream submissions first, or should we look at the stuff that we kind of had first? Here's this. Okay, the stream. All right, let's back up a little bit. Okay, let's look at stream submissions first. So how are we gonna do this? This is like a lot. Okay. What's the easiest way to do this? What are we really looking for here, right? We only get 5 emojis. So if we only get 5 emojis, I feel like you all, in your infinite incompetence, are going to just pick things, the 5 emojis that you find funniest, right? Because you don't think about these things like I do. It's part of my profession, which is that what we really need are 5 emojis that can capture the full spectrum of emotions that you as the viewer are feeling, right? If you feel happy or joy, you want to be able to express that. You need an emoji for that. If you feel angry for whatever reason, God knows what, maybe I did something, unlikely. But if you feel angry, you want something like that. If you want to, if you think something's funny, probably something like that. Just in general, you want a wide variety of emojis, right? We don't want to just pick some dumb shit over and over. Like, I don't know, pick 5 dumb faces or something. The 5 dumbest faces that you guys can think of. That stuff, it's not going to be entertaining past a certain point. You want a full spectrum of emojis. Skylar H says, howdy, Morj. First stream I've caught live in a bit. Nice to have you. Thanks for not being a lore and entertaining us working plebes. Have a good stream. You're welcome. I'm also very happy I'm not a lore. Being a lore is such a shitty job, man. Like, because now I have friends who've come out of law school and stuff like that. Like, it's just not a fun job. You're just working all the time, but like, you have to, it's very detail-oriented and mind-numbing and tedious. Dom the Mom says, why do you think they specifically decided on 20 years to send the retainers into the future, bruh? I mean, that's something related to what yeah, why was it 20 years? I think it's something related to the things that needed to happen. Like, I guess the time that the borders of Wano country needed to be open, the time that Momo needs to do whatever he needs to do, stuff like that, right? All right, let's take a look. Oh, Ridley Creed 187 says, Morj, what is going on? Title sounds serious. Oh, we're voting on emojis. That's pretty much it. This is too hard, though. How are we going to do this? I didn't think this through at all. Fuck. I literally didn't think this through at all. How are we going to do this? There's too many. There's too many. I thought there'd be like 15. Why is there 4 things of the Morj plush? Why can't it preview this file? What are we going to do with... What are we doing with 4 things of the Morj plush? 5 things of the Morj plush. Why do we have 5? Why am I bald here? What is this? Classic. Who is this guy? This one's just One Piece is real. Lame. This is just Kirby. Why is this that England dude? When it's a 1v1 but you don't bet on Kaido. That's pretty funny. How do we do this? Ethereal Split says we need all different angles. Fuck. Guys, I don't know if this is doable. Adrian Akeen says do it by category or something. Well, won't that just take more time? That means I have to take some time to organize. Fuck. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm so done. I'm so done. This stuff isn't even... Did you guys even filter this? This doesn't seem filtered to me. This seems highly unfiltered. What did you filter out? This is really funny to me for some reason. Wait, Turner says you should have read the theory. Guys, I don't know what to do here. I literally don't know what to do. Let's go back to, okay, here's some emojis that we pulled from the Discord. But they're kind of like, they're a bit more tame, I suppose. They're a bit more tame. Okay, let's do it like this. I figured it out. Figuring shit out on the fly, that's my specialty. Tom says the porn was filtered out. Yeah, it seems like barely. Just about. Okay. So, what we're gonna do is, you guys just, if something catches your eye, just spam it. And I'll generally go by the vague notion of some things seeming like they're getting a lot of spam in their support. Is anything, and you gotta, I guess just describe it. Just describe the files. Just describe the files as you see them. Is there anything here that stands out? I literally don't know how to do this. Tom says, how about you exclude anything about One Piece or you relate? Yeah, I think anything that's not One Piece shouldn't be in. Because it's like, okay, that makes it easier. Like, do we need this? No. Do we need this? No. I think anything that's not One Piece or like at least somewhat related, like this cat thing. One Piece or, okay. Zoro Nut. This? You guys want this? Morj Beard. Morj, the confused Morj. Oh my god. Rex says England dude. Hey, he has a name. Let me quickly check what his name is. Boris Johnson. Why does he look like a Harry Potter character? He looks like Ron Weasley's dad. He just looks like Ron Weasley's dad. No offense to any of you British people who may or may not love him, but I'm just saying, this guy was your king for a while, right? Till he got dethroned or something, or maybe he still rules it. Who knows? Shocked Robin, crying Chopper. Morj shoulder. Oh, is there a Morj shoulder emote? Where? I want Morj shoulder. Borge. Brand. Okay, Chopper whistle. Buggy, Monka S. Oh, this one could be good. Malfoy plus 55 years. Where's the Morj shoulder emoji? Crocodile's nephew. Oh. This is an easy one, right? This is an easy one. Jeez. I literally don't know how we do this. This was the worst idea that we've all collectively ever had. I'm looping you guys into this. We're all one group. Does anyone have a better idea of how to... Who's got a better idea of how to do this? Mods? AJK? You have so many good ideas. I need your help now. What do I do? What's the easiest way? I'm not going to run this stream for like another hour. There's got to be some sort of solution. Am I just going to have to pick this at the end of the day? Maybe I throw up some straw polls later on? This is too difficult. Morj, he laughed, go back. You guys want he laughed? I don't know. Dresser says just DM Pizza and make him pick 5. Lol. I could do that. Rajesh says, all on you, man. I take no responsibility. But no, Rajesh, I need help. Come back. Sean Easton says narrowed down to 20 or so. Yeah, that's... How do we do that? Sean Easton says narrowed down, then have his... Okay, I get it. So it's a separate stream. A separate stream where we do it. Just filter out the easy and then start narrowing it down to yes or no. Okay. All right. You know what? That's the right thing to do. I'm going to start viciously culling some of these. All right? Viciously culling. All right? This is too complicated. Wait, no. This is good, though. I feel like he laughed could be good. Right? So we kind of keep this. I'm going to say no. No. Wait, what's going on? Someone else is viciously culling. Who's viciously culling it that's not me? Are other people... God damn it. Sean Easton says choose 20 that look good, small, then have his vote. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I think the NL face, this is too generic. This one could replace the zzzzz, but I don't want you guys saying zzz in my chat anyway, so we'll say no. Big news. I mean, we can't load it, but that seems good. Boring. Yeah, boring. I'm sick of seeing this image of me. Done. Not One Piece. Out of here. What are these? Get on up out of here. This is just a billet. Well, not even a... Well, I won't talk about the scene. It's one of my favorite chapters in Berserk period, though. Terry Martin says, we need the Zoro sleeping emoji or the Reinhardt-looking beard board emoji for next time AJK tries to make us the long-ass theory LVO. You hear that, AJK? Did you catch that? What's going on? Kushin says, culled them before you started? No! Oh, God damn it. All right, the culling has gotten out of hand. This is what happens when... Okay, we're going to get rid of this Usopp one. Because it's too weird. Did I hit download? Okay, I guess I really like the Usopp one. All right, remove that. Don't know what this is. Remove this. All right. Rod, this is funny. Keep. No. Get out of here. Buggy, this one could be funny. Weak. Funny. This one's pretty funny. I might just keep. Refresh the page. Refreshed. Nothing changed. Cutting this. Cutting this. Cutting this. Do people agree with what I'm calling so far? Bald Morj will literally never be an emoji in here. It will never be an emoji in here. If you guys want to do an Morj emote with maybe some extra hair drawn on me, that would be appreciated. That might make the final cut. Bald Morj will never make it. Keep dreaming. Although man's dreams never end. So I guess you can hold on to that hope. What is this stuff? No. 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 Sean Easton says, for payment for the help, keep 1 or 2 of the plush. What? Afro Morj? I would appreciate that. What is this? Momo? No, Momo doesn't get an emote, even though I like Momo. Oh, Red Eyes Morj. I like Red Eyes Morj. Red Eyes Morj is a classic. Oh, Morj shoulder. I see. I found Morj shoulder. Morgius. Nah. Definitely no. Too complicated. These are full manga panels. What do you guys... Who submitted Sanji's 1 through 5? Someone did not understand the assignment at all. This one's funny. I'm just going to keep this around because I find it funny. I'll look at it later. Complicated. Don't know what this is. I don't care for law. Kirby. All right. There we go. All right. We narrowed it down a little bit. Yeah, Jose Lari says full manga panels. Yeah, some people thought it was a good idea to just submit the story of One Piece. Morgius has lasted the time. Okay, I'll say this. I thought that Morgius and Morgan time were like not like I thought they were a flash in the pan. I didn't realize that this shit was gonna stick and that people really just like the meme. Tom says, what happened to Crocodile's nephew? Yeah, weird Crocodile. I didn't delete Crocodile's nephew. I don't know what happened to Crocodile's nephew. I would have happily kept Crocodile's nephew. Michael B says, your original channel picture was literally you with Law's hat. Yeah, well, I changed it, didn't I? Dirty Mondo says, you deleted my favorite one. I'm sorry. I wanted Crocodile. Fuck. Okay, so now I'm looking over from here to the chat, and it seems like I deleted all the ones that people really liked. Bring back Morj. Bring back crying Robin. Where's Crocodile's nephew? Who uploaded Crocodile's nephew? Would you be so kind as to upload Crocodile's nephew again? we need it back. Caleb Brown says we will make bald Morj happen, damn it. Okay. All right, there's two options then. I can meet you all halfway. I can meet you all halfway. Bald, wait. Which TomTom says I uploaded? Okay, we'll upload. Oh no, you can't upload it again, can you? You can't upload it again, can you? Okay. If Kushin or Rajesh is still here, can you transfer Crocodile's nephew? Can TomTom upload it again? Yeah. Can you upload it again and then just we'll get it back in here. We'll get Crocodile's nephew back in here. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Rajesh. Appreciate it. We got Crocodile's nephew back in. Yeah, no spoilers. This is tricky though. Okay, let me show you guys the other stuff we've got. All right? Because we have other emojis pulled from the Discord. But these aren't really 100% One Piece related either. Some of them are funny. Let me show you the good ones. All right, we've got Crocus. I think Crocus is kind of good. We got Fujitora laughing. Okay, we got a Goda emoji. I think the Goda emoji is pretty good. I think that falls in there somewhere. Because it can be used... The best part about a Goda emoji is that it can be used ironically or unironically. So it's multifunctional. It's a very versatile emoji as far as emojis go. Headcanon. This one's pretty funny. You see? It's headcanon. It's a pun. It's deep. We want emojis like that. Add Sleeping Zoro again. All right, we can throw in Sleeping Zoro again. Did I delete Sleeping Zoro? We can get Sleeping Zoro again. I think this is good. Okay, so either we get Sleeping Zoro or Luffy Grumpy. Fujitora laughing is top tier. We can keep that in. Yeah, Goda. Drusser says Goda is super multifunctional. Drusser says I made that headcanon emoji. Is Drusser just a pro at emojis? Should we just let Drusser decide all of these? I think this one's pretty funny. You guys like this? I think this is pretty funny. Odin Yikes or Luffy Grumpy. We get one of those. We can get some classic Twitch emote. Do people like Omega Lol? I think like we should keep stuff that's like mainly, our niche specific because it just fits better, Feels more unique and things. Sasuke's here for some reason. Do we want a salty emoji? We got any Sanji fans in here? If you guys really want Sleeping Zoro, okay, can we do the... I'm sorry, Rajesh. Sorry to ask this of you again, but can we do the thing where whoever submitted Sleeping Zoro, please submit it to the link above, and then Rajesh, if you're still here... Oh, Sleeping Zoro's back? Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice. Thanks, man. All right, we got Sleeping Zoro back. So Sleeping Zoro is the only one that I've picked up on as a fan favorite that we have to have out of here. Do we like Bon Clay this thing? Do we like this? Whatever this is. Yeah, I got you, Rajesh. Saw it in the other. Adrian Akeen likes Crocus Stare. Yeah, let's keep them all One Piece related, I agree. Aaron says stealing Cole's emotes. I don't know which one. Oh, wait. Was there one? I'm not responsible for how the emotes were collected here. Not One Piece related, per se. Do we want this? No, we'll just keep them all One Piece related. All right. This is difficult. I think it's hard to... I think at the end of the day, what I'm going to have to do is... Because the boring stuff is basically doing the culling and like the regathering and stuff like that. I think the simpler thing I can do is basically just narrow down these. Because I kind of get... believe it or not, I get the gist of what people are kind of leaning towards overall. Like, or at least the ones people are not interested in. So I think I'll just group together some of the better ones out of these. Like, I'll just leave stuff like Ape Strong alone. Whatever the fuck this is alone. I'll leave some of the stuff alone. I'll go through the chat again a little bit, basically, and just see what would be a little bit better for, like a group of 20 or something, like was previously suggested. Sean Easton, right? Headcanon we like. So ones that I'm picking up that we like Headcanon, we like Goda. Let me ask this. Between Goda there and then Goda over, because we got Goda with the Halo, but we also got Goda here. What do we prefer? This version of Goda? Or do we like just Oda with the Halo? I think Oda with the Halo might be a little bit better. Wait, how did I get here? Oh, my bad. Yeah, Oda with the Halo might be a little bit better. Just because it's smaller. Yeah, Halo's more visible. Okay, so we're probably running with one of these. And then we need some that are more expressive, right? So probably a Fujitora laugh type thing. Something along those lines. We want some sort of a yikes face, so something close to... I'll be putting them into categories, right? And we'll get something from each category, all right? Halo Oda is better probably just because it's more concise, compressed, easier to see. And then before I forget, hold on, let me do something real quick. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Quick discussion about this. Why can't I zoom? Quick discussion about this. All right? This is how democracy works. I want to get the people's input. All right. So we're looking at Randy's channel again. Why? Because we're not original. All right? So these are the badges that Randy has. So if one of you were to choose to become a member, right? If you choose to become a member, you get badges next to your name, differing badges based on whatever, right? Is there anything, you guys just shout it out in chat if there's anything in particular that you all want to see. If not, we're going to run with our own ideas. But just curious if you guys have any ideas on what good badges you would like to see or what you would like to have next to your name. Can be meme type stuff, can be whatever. I don't know. Morj time, Morgius, shit like that. Caleb Brown saying, I want rainbow letters of Morj time. Do you want that next to your name? Or are you talking about that as an emoji? OG Morj. DPH says OG Morj profile pic. We could make that happen. That'd be pretty funny. I wanted oof badge. Evil Morj. Morjman badge. Red Eyes Morj. Dirty Mono says, I want Randy's. I want Randy's icon. Can we just take Randy's badges? Would he mind? I think he would mind. But he's got such good badges. What if we just borrowed them? Glowing Red Eyes Morj. Okay, that's a guarantee. Palm Primus with a good idea saying, your profile pic but in gear 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and Ika forms. That's interesting. Morj Plush. Oh, Morj Plush would be a great badge. Evil Morj badge. Bald Morj. Do Devil Fruits. Devil Fruits is already a badge idea that we kind of got a design for. Courage Crusader with a great idea. Badges based on organizations in One Piece, world government, Straw Hats. That's a cool idea. Really, really like that. All right, we got some good ideas rolling for badges. I like that. Halo Da, says Caleb Brown. Yeah, we could get... I don't want to give it a bad look in my channel if new viewers are showing up and they see the Halo Da membership thing. You know, it's fine if it's in streams or whatever. But if they see the Halo Da thing, they're like, is Morj making fun or is he being genuine? And in some cases, it's both. For the most part, I do suck off Oda for like 90% of my videos. But people ruminate on and embellish the 10% where I'm not sucking off Oda. It is what it is. It's like, you know how tiring it would get to just be sucking Oda's dick 24/7? That's like a lot. You need some breaks once in a while. The raid will fail. The raid will fail. I just don't know how to make that into a badge because it's got to be like short text, you know? Momentai King says, I want the Walrus Morj that was unceremoniously rejected for the channel logo. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, during the way back when we were doing the channel art competition, someone submitted like a logo of me as a walrus, and I roasted the fuck out of that logo because I was like, a walrus? This is so stupid. How would a walrus represent this channel in any way possible, right? I actually spent a good deal of time roasting that during the logo competition. And then in the comments of the logo competition, it was the saddest thing. The person who submitted it gave like a really, really lengthy reply explaining like what walruses symbolize in certain cultures and like some really nice shit about like walruses representing like something like wisdom and scholarliness, stuff like that, basically, or something along those lines, and how she felt like that fit what my channel was about, and she was trying to mesh two concepts together, something like that. And I felt super bad afterwards. I was like, fuck. So now I think I'm making that a mental rule from now on, where if like somebody ever submits some sort of artwork or anything like that, no matter what I think of it, I'll try and be, I don't know, hold my tongue at least a little bit, you know? Not the same for emojis, because that's just some shit you guys are pulling off the internet and posting, you know? Ender Ainami says, Lord D bully. Yeah, well, you all ate it up. Maybe not you, this crowd specifically. I don't know who all was in stream 2 years ago. But the people ate it up. I wasn't the only... Let's be clear here. I wasn't the only one making fun of this walrus. Everyone was like, LMAO, walrus, what the fuck? F-tier logo art, etc. I was just riding the wave. Just because it's my face out here, I look like the bully. But in reality, it was like 95% anonymous cyberbullying and then 5% IRL me bullying. But I do take some responsibility as basically being the ringleader of anything that happens in terms of bullying on this channel. But the people really made fun of the walrus too, all right? That's the way it was. All right, everybody. I think we've got a good starting point for Discord emojis. And, or not Discord, you know what I mean. Channel emojis and everything like that. Honestly, I think like we pretty much got... I think I got the gist of the stuff that people were really like pushing towards, or at least the types of emojis that people were kind of liking. So can make some quick categories or whatever, and then do a quick poll. It won't take up much time. I might just do it as a community post. Maybe I'll do like take 5 minutes next stream to just have people vote on a poll or whatever, but it won't be the focus of any stream ever again. Kind of just got it out of the way. And badges and stuff, I heard you all. We got some juicy badges coming up then. I just wanted to get the vibe of what people thought would be fun to have. All right. So, good stream, everybody. I think I am going to be streaming. Here's my goal from here on out, which is that I do want to stream post chapters, because now TCB told me that the chapters are generally going to be coming out around 11 p.m. EST, which is doable for me. So I'll probably do like 1-2 hour streams after chapters come out, just because that's when the excitement is at its max for chapters. It's just more fun to do it then. But I'm going to keep doing Monday streams as like the more, how do I say, the more usual Morj stream content, if that makes sense. Oh, Randy's here. Hey, Randy, take a look. All right, so we were, hold on. Am I on a, okay. All right, look at what we were on a second ago. We were trying to figure out badges for membership. So I was going through your channel and kind of showing them as like examples of what badges to get. And we were kind of just thinking, well, what if we just copied all of your badges? We strayed away from that because that would obviously be extremely unoriginal. But we like your badges, is all we're saying. There's some good ideas here. So got to the point where we're kind of just like, can we just copy his homework? But that's okay. We're not doing that. We got our own good badge ideas. You'll see in a bit. For those of you who don't know, we're doing a collab stream tomorrow on Randy's channel. It'll be me, Randy Troy, and JD Legend. Tune in to hear us suck off Crocodile for, I don't know, like an hour or something like that. But yeah. All right. Yeah, Caleb Brown saying, hey, Morj. Hey, Randy, how would you feel if Morj stole all your remember badge icons? Randy saying, extraordinarily unoriginal. Don't worry, it's not happening. That's not happening. We like the badge ideas, though. I'm using it as the template for what we should shoot for here. All right. I'll talk to you all, I guess, Thursday. Definitely tune in for tomorrow's stream over on Randy Troy's channel. Randy says, if you want badges, come to the Croc Summit tomorrow. Yeah, everybody show up to the Crocodile Summit tomorrow. I think it's at 7 p.m. EST. And yeah, there's also a crocodile video coming out on my channel tomorrow, and it's a good one, so everybody watch out for that. I'll say it right here. I make the argument that Crocodile is the greatest One Piece villain in that video. So if you want to hear what that's about,